afternoon from Ellesmere Port in a packed house here at the Woodlands Hotel for the last day of the Bass Masters. The grandstand is full, plenty of people around the perimeter of the bowling green, and everyone enjoying a really marvellous afternoon. Well, we're going live with the semi-finals in a couple of moments. You can no doubt hear the excitement behind me. It really is a fascinating match. But just let me tell you that the final can be seen on Granada at 11:45 tonight. Recorded highlights of that. Well, it's another beautiful afternoon. It was a little overcast earlier, but now the sun's coming down very strong indeed, as it was over the past couple of days, and that means the green is getting faster all the time. Well, the game in progress at the moment is the second semi-final between Roy Nicholson, the favourite, and the second favourite, Noel Burrows. It's at a fascinating stage too. The crowd are on tenterhooks. Burrows is trailing by 5-4 as we join our commentators Keith Macklin and Brian Brett.
And we're getting some magnificent bowls in these semi-finals. That last end, as Elton was talking, they came together like a cluster of grapes, and Roy Nicholson edged into a 5-4 lead over Noel Burrows. This a match between two men who might well have reached the final had they been paired apart. Ken Strutt of Diggle near Oldham met Bernard Marrow of Wigan in the first semi-final, and that was a magnificent game from beginning to end. But in this one we have Nicholson and Burrows. Brian Brett, nothing in it at the moment.
Nothing in it. In fact, we've just at this moment had Nicholson taking the lead for the first time so far at 5-4, and has
well, look at that. Now who's in there? That nudge went back and forward. It's Nicholson.
It's Nicholson again.
6-4. And Roy Nicholson, the man from Brighouse with the tartan cap, has got a lot of support here today. He's away from his native Yorkshire, but there's a lot of support for him.
He's gone for the straight mark that he favours. It's won him a lot of competitions, this sort of play.
He's going to be about a yard away.
It's a dangerous mark. If Burrows gets too far past the block, he's going to run into trouble and away into the ditch.
That's a good length delivery. It's going to sneak past. No, yes it has, just off the inside. 2 feet away, Noel Burrows.
It looks as though it's travelling, Keith.
Travelling in.
Travelling to win. Beautiful.
2 inches away, so what can Noel Burrows do with that one? He trails 6-4 at the moment, and that's a superb wood by Roy Nicholson.
It's difficult to get through as well. He's just got to shave that first wood of Nicholson's to get through onto the land.
Giving it plenty of pace. He's going to hit something, is he?
He's taken it out.
What a superb wood. Magnificent. Didn't waste any time over it. Leaves himself 2 and levels at 6-6. And that's typical of the bowls we've been having throughout this tournament. We've had so many brilliant fourth and final woods that have snatched the brand from the burning, and that certainly was one.
Burrows isn't wasting any time. He's moving the land away diagonally, a sweeping mark up to the corner.
Noel Burrows, the Manchester landlord.
Asking a lot of this wood.
It's bending, but will it do enough? 2.5 feet away.
Gives Nicholson the chance to see the road and can narrow a shade, but has he narrowed too much? No, he looks good. He's inside the first.
Roy Nicholson about a foot away. There's Noel Burrows on equally good land. Will it pull up? Is it going to pull up? Well, I think referee Joe Owen thinks that Nicholson's wood is still in.
And a useful time to count 2 if the Yorkshireman can manage it.
going to bend away.
Only one.
Just one to Roy Nicholson, who now leads 7-6.
So the battle of tactics goes on again, with Nicholson going back first to the land. He wants to start an important surge as we head towards mid-game.
Sun streaming down, as it has done on every afternoon of this tournament. The green playing slickly, and two first-class bowlers on there in this semi-final. That's a very good wood by Roy Nicholson. It'll creep ever closer, just about 6 inches away.
Turns over, making it difficult to dislodge if Burrows does try and play it out.
That's rolling down the hill. Hasn't got the legs to pass Nicholson. That's creeping on, ever onwards. Will probably, well, I was going to say it was going to slip past, but it's settled back. It leaves Roy Nicholson still one, and Noel Burrows with another brilliant wood to produce to beat that one. Nicholson's front wood is only 6 inches away.
He's given it a bit of pace.
Oh, brilliant. Great bowling. At two consecutive ends, at this end, Noel Burrows has produced a corker at the end.
Having a good think now, no, just wondering whether he ought to just test Nicholson somewhere else just for the moment.
Well, he's certainly chosen a different mark, Brian, and a very, very awkward one.
It can be treacherous.
As that, the wood will bend late and fast.
He's got the land, he's got the land.
Right on it. Roy Nicholson. That seems to be motoring, but he could take something with it. Yes, he's nudged Burrows out, or may have done. Can be very deceptive. Nicholson is in. Two excellent first woods. Now what about the seconds?
He's too low.
So Noel Burrows has missed his chance. Well, will Roy take the risk of disturbing these three?
Well, they're asking him to do the same. He's on the road.
With the danger that if he connects with the jack, he could edge it towards Burrows. No, he's not going to do that. He's dropping short, just one. 8-7 to Nicholson.
And Roy will pull it to the middle of this edge.
They're certainly varying the ends.
Oh, they're two old maestros, these are. Very serious Nicholson today.
He is a yard short with that one.
Leave it open for Noel to count.
And Noel has given that full length to get past Roy Nicholson. Coming to rest nicely.
Good dead length, wins it.
Roy Nicholson's second. Also pushed up much further than his first. He may hit it though. Well, it rolled right down the hill and has given referee Joe Owen an adjudication problem.
Oh,
Still Noel Burrows
yes.
in. Can go for two.
let's hope he hits nothing at all this time.
Well, he's certainly sent it up.
Yes, he's come on the safe line there. Oh, it's fading. In off.
Well, just as the crowd were groaning, a lovely bit of running side and an in off, and he gave him 2. 10-7. Nine, 8. Noel Burrows leads. 9-8 to Noel Burrows.
And the Woods are on the way with the jack being led up to the top right-hand corner, just fading nicely at the end. Just making it a test again.
That looks an excellent first wood. Foot away.
He's trying to get around the back of this, although he might fade by coming a little narrow.
Yes, and running away. Noel Burrows, his second, taking similar land to his first.
Identical.
And greater length. Pushes himself just a little further. So Roy Nicholson has to get round those 2 lead woods of Noel Burrows.
And has to come a long way around this time, and is not going to be able to unless he can just edge past the top one. No.
Ooh. Well, he's saved one. 10-8 to Noel Burrows.
Yes, this is why he went up there. He's coming the longest corner.
The green running much more quickly than earlier in the day now, and the influence of the sun. The
Nice.
jack trickling downhill.
It flies off the crown here and down the ridge.
Gently trickles down to within 18 inches.
And if he gives it too much land this side, the danger is that he'll fall away.
Well, Roy Nicholson needs it to bend. Could have
Just won it, I
eased
think.
his way in, yes.
Just pinched it. Both players went and had a look.
Roy Nicholson just in at the moment.
Noel's taken a tip here. He's gone similar land. Needs the pace. Doesn't seem to have it.
Well, it's Nicholson who's in. It's still rolling, but it won't roll far enough. Nicholson has the lead wood. Going for 2. Some peg bending over the crown, gathering momentum down the hill. Avoiding the 2 Burrows woods and slipping in for 2 very nicely indeed. And levelling at 10 all.
But it's going to take him 2 ends to get back to where he wants to. It was a crafty mark by Burrows. He gambled. He knew taking him down here was a bit of a risk.
Right in the centre of the green. Roy Nicholson. That's an excellent lead wood.
What a good length. It's still rolling. Just goes through. Burrows has a similar track here.
Yes, that's another excellent wood if it has the legs. Well, Joe Owen will advise him.
No sugar, no thanks. No sugar.
Well, both bowlers have gone across to have a look who's in on this first wood. Very important in an estimate of tactics.
A lot at stake here. big money, isn't it? It's the biggest individual prize money in the game. Well, it's an interesting stage of the game. Burrows is going to have the last say in this end, and that could be crucial.
Roy Nicholson, his second. Again on that same land. Has it the legs? No, it hasn't.
But it's in the road, isn't it? It's a real block.
Yes, because that's the true land. Noel Burrows must go along that line, taking a chance in doing so of hitting Nicholson. Oh, what a courageous Ward, and what a great delivery. Gives him 2 and puts him in the lead at 10-12. Fine bowling. Noel Burrows coming down into this corner.
Yes, he's quickly after it as well. He's got the taste now. He's just going to try and hustle Nicholson for a few ends.
He's going to, well, he could roll down the hill. It looks short, but it keeps on rolling. It's 2.5 feet away. Roy Nicholson.
Gone a bit low. Seems to have pace.
Ooh.
Missed the land?
Missed it completely and fading away. Noel Burrows, can he take advantage of this and pick up another 2?
Oh, an experienced combiner like Noel is going to count
What
2
a
here.
good one. Oh, what a brilliant one. Well, the best that Roy Nicholson can hope for is dislodging something here, saving 1.
It's trying, isn't it? But has it got the legs?
That's another 2 to Noel Burrows, who's really stepped up the pace. So Noel Burrows goes into a 14-10 lead, and we take a short break. And Noel Burrows is a man in a hurry at the moment. He shot into a 17-10 lead over Roy Nicholson. Has been bowling quite brilliantly. He's been picking up couples at 2 out of 3 ends. He's really struck a seam, and Roy Nicholson is in serious trouble, and there again Noel Burrows sends up a brilliant leadwood. Can Roy Nicholson do anything about this, Brian Brett?
He can only try and peg away against a man who's really hit form, hasn't he? He's had 5 doubles so far, Burrows, and really he has an awful lot to do, Nicholson, to ship Burrows in this mood.
Noel Burrows is going across to look. I don't think there's much doubt that Noel Burrows is actually in, but he wants to look where he's going to put his second, I should imagine.
Well, he's just turning the screw a little too, is in the mental game that's going on out there.
The amazing thing about this match is that Roy Nicholson led 10-8, and since then it's gone 10-10, 10-12, 10-14, 10-15, 10-17, as Noel Burrows has produced some brilliant, quite irresistible bowling. Now that one won't go in, but he lies 1 at the moment. Roy Nicholson has just got to win an end and get back into this match.
But he's got to go wide of those first 2 woods.
Well, he may have saved 1. He has indeed. He's saved 1, but at 18-10, Noel Burrows is in sight of home.
2 ends away from victory for Noel to put him into the final.
And it must be a long time since a very seasoned and experienced bowler like Roy Nicholson was whitewashed like this in the second stages of a game, Brian.
It really is, and yet you see Burrows has given scarcely anything away in reaching this. His first game he won 21-13, his second 21-10. Is this going to be a repeat?
Well, yes, I mean, that's perfect dead length, right on it. Well, what can Roy Nicholson do about that? 2 inches. He's got to dislodge something. Got to be right on the land and hit something.
It doesn't look like his day.
Little unlucky. I think Roy's idea was right. He wanted to dislodge something, missed by an inch.
Well, he can scarcely beat that wood. He's got to try and play it out.
Well, there's no danger of Noel Burrows dislodging his own wood. It's up to Nicholson now. May try a strike.
Yes, he has a wood at the back. This is the important feature here. If he can run the jack, he could pick up 2 very valuable points. Yes,
Well,
he's going to have a look.
Yes, if, as you say, Brian, he can take the jack and take it along with him to his own back wood, he'll count 2. The other option is the desperate one of trying a strike.
It's a difficult strike from there, isn't it? It's up and over that crown, down, through a couple of ridges there, through the jungle. Oh, an awful shot to attempt. He's looking at it from all angles.
Yes, it's rather like a golfer weighing up a difficult putt.
Well, having a bit of fun as well.
Yes, I think he was asking whether he could take that one out.
It's a committee job. I think he's asking Noel what shot he should play.
Yeah, what would you do if you were me?
Concede. Plenty of encouragement for Roy. He's deep in thought. Die bravely, Roy. I don't know whether he's made his mind up. He's still thinking and looking. Well, he's shifting a little bit on the mat.
Roy Nicholson, what's he going to do? Well, that's got to turn in. It's got to turn in and keep going.
Oh, isn't it trying, isn't it?
Oh, he's trying hard.
He's done it.
Oh, great bowling.
Has he done it?
Oh, yes, he could well have picked up 2. Yes, he has. Oh, marvellous. With 1 bound, our hero was free.
It's a different ball game.
12-18 now. Can Roy Nicholson come back from this impossible situation? That was glorious bowling.
There must have been 2 minutes between the shot there. Wonderful effort. All the tension on him now. All the pressure. Shift the land.
12-18, Roy Nicholson. A couple of minutes ago he was heading to certain and ignominious defeat, but with that one brilliant wood he's now back in it. Now can he hold his jack? That's coming in at the end.
It's counting.
Yes, so Roy Nicholson in trouble again. Ooh,
Bottom side, it's away.
dear me, very low. Well, now, Noel Burrows lies 1, and just when it seemed that Roy Nicholson had escaped, he's in trouble again, because this could take Noel Burrows up to 20.
He's fading away, he may not.
Just 1, but it's 12-19, and Noel Burrows is within 1 end of home and the final.
He's got to come back down to this end again, I think. Yes, back to the same line.
Well, it's like one of those silent film serial stories. This, can Roy Nicholson escape from certain defeat? Or will Noel Burrows go out at this end?
Wonderful lead.
Oh, he's bending right in on it. Really grips the throat of his opponents like a bull terrier, Noel Burrows, and that's only a foot away, and that won't do anything to disturb it. Roy Nicholson is adrift again. This could be the last end of this semi-final.
Well, Burrows has looked a champion, hasn't he, from the start of this game?
He's played superbly, and he's grown with confidence, and that looks like a couple. That looks like
Counting
a couple. Well, it's 3 inches away. Roy Nicholson has to do something out of this world again.
Yes, he doesn't wait this time. He's straight into it. He's on good land, but what can he do?
He saved one.
He hasn't. He might have run in.
He might have won it. He certainly saved one, I think. The referee has a problem. And
It's a triangle.
Noel Burrows needs 2 to win the match.
How many won from 3 down there? From 2.
Just
He's
one.
conceded.
Roy Nicholson breathes again at 12:20. And that final brave wood saved him again. He's escaped twice. Can he escape this time? Is that a winner? Or will it, oh, it's not pulling up. That gives Roy Nicholson just a vestige of life.
Look short from here.
Oh, Roy Nicholson missing his chance. It's still rolling, but it looks a mite short.
He gave it up fairly early. He turned away. He's not happy with that one.
So again, Noel Burrows could lie for game and a place in the final.
Given it a lot to do. He needs to come in off the ridge there.
Well, a wonderful chance for Roy Nicholson. He only needs to bowl a length wood and he's won it. It must go in unless he hits something. Oh, is he going to hit his own? He's in. He's in. He's saved it again. The crowd quick to respond because they see Roy Nicholson as a man fighting for his life in this match.
He was let off the hook. Absolutely off the hook.
13-20, and that's the worst end Noel Burrows has bowled in this tournament.
Sloppy end for him, wasn't it? Yes. Let him off. But Nicholson's coming back to similar country again. I thought he might have straightened it.
I hope the jack stays on. Yes, it probably will, but it's having a good look at the ditch before it decides to stay on.
Just put the brakes on.
Oh, it needs more legs. It's still running. It's still going, but it needs a lot more legs to get near enough. It's 4 feet away.
This is a better piece of land if he's got the legs. He's not. He's fading around the back of
I think
Nicholson's
Burrows
first
is going to be in by probably an inch or so.
Just shading through. Yes, got
Yes,
it.
well, he's a yard away. It needs a good wood by Roy Nicholson. If this wood doesn't beat Nicholson, if Nicholson's wood doesn't beat that first one of Burrows, then he's lost it. It's got to keep going. I think it's died. It's dying away. That's it. Noel Burrows wins by 21-13, and apart from the previous end where Noel Burrows allowed Roy Nicholson to come back into it by bowling 2 very wide deliveries, it's been Burrows all the way. The scoring tells you at one stage Roy Nicholson bowling well was 10-8 in the lead. He then went from 10-8 in the lead to 12-20 down, and finally Noel Burrows clinched it. But Burrows is going to be a very hard man to beat in the final as we rejoin Elton Welterby.
Well, he put up a great fight back in the closing stages, didn't he, Roy Nicholson? But it's Noel Burrows who's in the final. Well, after the break, you can see the first of this afternoon's semi-finals between Ken Strutt and Bernard Marrow, equally as good. So join us in a few moments from now. Welcome back. So Noel Burrows through to the final of the Bass Masters, and he'll undoubtedly start as favourite. His opponent came through the first semi-final this afternoon, the one between Bernard Marrow and Ken Strutt, who was involved and winner of that sensational match against Mick Robinson yesterday. Well, we join it at a point we're really getting involved in it all and absorbed with the action. Marrow leads by 9-6 as we join our commentators Keith Macklin and Stan Haslam.
That's a short mark now, a little change, a short mark to the centre of the green.
Yes, a little piece of fresh land for Bernard this time.
I think he realises that Ken's bowling equally as well as he is on that one in the far corner, Stan.
Yes, he's beat him once or twice in that small basin there, so he's decided to change his land a bit.
Yes, find a bit of land of his own. And a couple of feet, 2.5 feet. Bernard Marrow on his first.
I think it's about 3'6" off this one. But I think this
That's
one's
coming in nicely.
just coming in. I think it'll just about win.
Yes, about a foot away. Testing one for Bernard Marrow to play against with his second wood. He's coming round. Has it got the legs? Has it got the legs?
Just gonna fall short.
So Ken Strutt has one. Can he come in for two? Would he go the other peg? No.
No, yeah, I think.
Yes, that's two, surely. Yes, 8-9.
I feel that he did come the other peg there, Keith.
Yes.
It looked to be a little bit on a more straighter land than the round peg.
So Ken Strutt has come back from 1-7 to 8-9 and must be making Bernard Marrow sweat a bit.
Another piece of fresh land Ken's going on there.
And it's not going to be too far away from the edge. No, it's pulled up now.
Right across the centre of the crown. Finger peg. And it's going nice.
Yes.
Looks to be a good length.
It didn't bend enough, really.
Not too bad.
Bernard Marrow just a little narrower.
Same land, he's going to fall short.
Yes. Ken Strutt lying one at the moment, and he could take the lead for the first time if he gets two here.
A little bit more inside his first one, this one, and it stops about 18 inches to 2 feet away from the jack.
So Bernard Marrow has got to win it with this one.
Ken lying with two in.
He's travelling. He's
going to go out to leave two.
Oh, a long way away. Two, and Ken Strutt goes into a 10-9 lead. Yes, from 7-1 down to 10-1 up. The pressure all on Bernard Marrow now. Ken Strutt finding a good length and going for another of these short ends down the middle.
This is a great fight back by Ken. He scored 9 points while Marrow has scored 2. Right across the crown of the green once again.
Coming down that little hill, foot away.
30-yard mark. Played quite a good one for his first wood.
And Bernard Marrow, having seen the lead slip away from him, needs...
Plenty far enough with this.
Yes, he's going past.
Well past the jack, about 2 yards. Leaving Ken Strutt quite a bit of daylight to couple up. And he has done.
Yes, that's a beauty. That's 2 in at the moment for Ken Strutt. It's gone a little further than I think he expected, about a yard, but Bernard Marrow now to try to salvage this one. It's on the land.
Well, he's certainly put a bit of speed
He's
behind
on good
this
land.
again.
Needs to slow down. Needs to slow down. He's saved one. 1 to Ken Strutt. 11-9 he leads, but Bernard Marrow now just struggling a little bit because Ken Strutt has the jack, has the lead, and is bowling with great confidence. Again, this short one straight across the green to the centre.
That's doing a bit of bending right across the centre of the green.
Yes, bending with the thumb quite considerably.
It's a finger peg. Finger peg. And it's doing quite a lot of bending. Gone to the left of the jack. Not a bad length.
About 2.5 feet away.
Bernard's decided to change. He's changed his peg and gone in thumb peg.
Yeah, straight on it. It's just bending away now. But it's a good one.
It's played a real beauty.
Well, it takes a lot of courage to change.
It certainly does, trying to find the land.
Yes.
Ken's tried the same peg, and he just fell short.
He's short, so Bernard fighting back.
Bernard persevering once again with the same peg as his first.
Oh, that's nice. He's going to hit the jack.
He's going to hit something and do some damage, I think.
Good bit of bowling, but has he pushed it into Ken's path? Well, Eric Rhodes thinks 1 to Bernard Marrow, so the damage not too severe. Ken Strutt conceding 1, yes. 11-10 Ken Strutt leads, and Bernard Marrow will be glad to have the jack because he's seen his lead disappear.
Going back for his favourite mark, back into the same spot. Down to the right-hand corner of the green.
And over the ridges and down the hill.
Just past that little basin on the right-hand side.
Bernard Marrow with his lead wood.
Good speed.
Will it pull up? Will it bend? Oh, it just stays on the green.
Good length, but about a yard wide. Up comes Ken's first. And it seems to have the speed. It'll just creep down the hill.
Needs to slip over.
But it's going to fall short. Very, very near, these two. Eric Rhodes pointing to Struts. As it's just the favourite.
Nobody's in until they're measured.
Nobody's in until they're measured, says Eric Rhodes. And here's Bernard Marrow. May do away with the need for a measure. Beautiful bit of bowling by Bernard Marrow. He's about 6 inches away. And the pressure now on Ken Strutt. Because we're nearer the edge of the green. If he puts too much length on it, he could be off.
Now, if he's only 1, Strutt may decide to strike at this one.
And he had some very effective strikes against Mick Robinson. Yes, there it goes. There's the heavy cannon. And he's well off. So here's the measure. Just 1. Eric Rhodes does it by rule of eye. And gives Bernard Marrow 1. It's level pegging. It's 11 all. Bernard Marrow has come back. 11 all.
Perhaps we might see Bernard change his land here. No, he's going back for the same spot. He's scored quite a number of ends on this spot and still persevering with it.
There's his lead. Another tight game. This is 11 all, and that's a nice one if it's got the legs to get far enough. It's still rolling about 2 feet away.
Quite a good lead, really, this one.
Bernard staying to watch that one on its way, and is that going to sneak past? It's going to bend away.
2 yards short.
So Bernard has 1 in at the moment.
Can Bernard couple up here? He's got plenty of daylight to do it. He's left it well short of Ken's.
Yes, indeed. It's not a very good second wood at all. In fact, a waste of a wood, that one.
He appeared to just bump it out of his hand and it hit the ground. I think his delivery wasn't all that smooth.
You were a yard and a half short and he's 2 foot short.
Well, Ken Strutt now wanting to get behind and beyond that first wood of Bernard Marrow's.
He's given this a chance, but it's just bending away.
Well, is it bending nearer to the jack?
It could possibly have won.
Eric Rhodes is getting the blue marker out. He's not held it up. Yes, he has. So Bernard Marrow again, but there can only have been inches in it. 12-11, Bernard Marrow leads.
A real ding-donger, this one. Both players keeping close together all the way.
Well, this is what you'd expect from a semi-final of quality, and this is what happened in the Strutt-Robinson game yesterday after an early run away. It was nip and tuck all the way. Never more than a couple of chalks between them. Bernard Marrow.
And back to the same spot. A little bit shorter than the last end.
Bernard Marrow following it up. Oh, he's maybe short. It may just roll on, but
Looking very, very good.
yes, it has done. About a foot away. Ken Strutt. That deceptive series of ridges that just when a ball appears to be pulling up, push it on a bit further. But that's not far enough for Ken Strutt. It's still Bernard Marrow whose first wood leads.
Going to have a bit of difficulty to get past that and score another one. He could easily knock it in if he hits it.
Oh dear me. Yes, it's still rolling. This is the amazing thing. And it's nudged Ken a little further.
Almost did the trick.
Ken Strutt looking for the winner. Has to get past those front three and round. It's rolling, still rolling and rolling out. 1-2, Bernard Marrow, and they're having to be prized out. 13-11 to Bernard Marrow. Tenacious battler, Bernard.
Back again on his favourite mark. Thumb peg once again to the same spot.
Bernard Marrow, the man who surprised a lot of people, possibly himself, by winning the English Open at the Whitton Club at Blackburn. But no mean bowlers is proved in this tournament. That's
Just a little bit over.
Ken Strutt. Now,
This looks good. This looks good. This looks the winner.
yes, it's a good one. 6 inches past. And Ken Strutt needs it, having lost the last 4 ends. And trailing 13-11 in this first semi-final.
Bernard
You're
asking
9
how
inches
far
up.
it's
You
off.
are 2.5 foot at the back. He's 9 inches.
Bernard's got to play a perfect ball here. A perfect length ball.
Yes, he's going to be right on the jack. It's, well, his land's right. Just, he's going through.
Just
So
gone.
Ken has 1 in, possibly 2 now.
Chance for Ken to couple up here. He's got just a little bit of daylight, about a yard to get in. With another one.
He's bending
And he's done it.
beautifully. Yes, that's 2. A good couple, good double. 13 all.
Very, very closely contested game once again between Ken Strutt and Bernard Marrow.
And Ken Strutt, after losing 4 ends without Bernard Marrow putting too much daylight between them, now has the jack.
Trying a bit of fresh land. Coming in the finger peg across the crown of the green. A little bit wide.
Yes, it's still rolling.
Quite a good length.
Bernard Marrow that has room to push in his first wood.
Appears to be on a bit better land than Ken Strutt's.
Bending away now, but it's the winner so far. About 2 feet away. So Ken Strutt has this wood to get in front again. Nice land. Oh, that's a good
Is
one.
he going to take the jack?
It might carry through, that's the trouble. And has done over the hill. So Bernard Marrow lying 1 at the moment. That one was from Stuck, was on beautiful land, but
Should couple up here.
yes, his land's true.
It's going
Heading
a bit
straight
low.
for
It's going a bit.
Yes, just the one to Bernard Marrow. He eases into the lead again at 14-13. Well, a real little battler, this man from Wigan. He might have been shaken by that double by Ken Strutt at the last end, but he's won back the jack.
He's going to go back for his favourite mark here. Yes, back to the same spot. Scored quite a number of chalks on this particular mark, and he feels that he can score some more.
Yes, it's thumb peg and he's right on it, just slipping past.
Not a good lead. Ken should have no trouble here to put one near the jack, a little bit nearer than Marrow's.
Yes, he's pulling up nicely for him, pulling up beautifully for him. About 18 inches probably. Bernard Marrow wanting to get a better length than on his first one, which went right through.
Now, can he creep past this one?
Going to bend away and nudge Ken. Ooh, nearly did. So it's Ken Strutt has 1 in at the moment. We'll be looking for 2. And there's room on the left-hand side.
Plenty of room here to couple up. But he's bending away.
He's going to hit himself, I think. No, he's missed as well. Same land as Bernard Marrow.
And he's got
And he's got 2. So it's 15-14. So 2 doubles at the last 2 ends. And that's the way to get them, but it's still nothing between them. Ken Strutt 15, Bernard Marrow 14. A really gripping semi-final. Now can Ken Strutt pull away at this home stretch area?
looking into the corners.
And a short one.
About 8 yards in from the edge of the green. Finger peg right across the crown. And he's played a good length.
Yes, coming in
think-
nicely,
no.
but short.
It's fell short.
Bernard Marrow now. Well, that one, if
This is going to reach.
yes, right
This is
on it.
going to be a real cracker.
Oh yes, that's a very good wood indeed from Bernard Marrow. About a foot past. Well, that's responding to pressure well by Bernard Marrow.
Ken with the second ball.
On similar land to Bernard's.
Coming nice. Is it going to get in? It's creeping down the hill. It may just have made it.
The referee, Eric Rhodes, is coming across to have a good look at this.
Not much in him.
So there might be a measure required at the end of this, unless Bernard Marrow produces a beautiful wood. It's rolling down the hill. He's coming to stamp it in another couple of inches. Yes.
Thanks, please.
It's a question of the tape measure now.
Possibility he could have two here.
Yes, I think that first one was taken out of Bernard Marrow's.
I feel that Ken may think that he's is the nearest of his action when he first came down after he sent the ball.
Yeah, useful too for Bernard Marrow if he got it though. Tis two for Bernard, 16-15. Well, this is when it gets really tense. This is when Even the coolest bowler must feel it. Within sight of home, Bernard Marrow 16, Ken Strutt 15. And remember, it was Ken Strutt who came from behind to beat Mick Robinson at the death in that thriller yesterday. But Bernard Marrow is sticking to him.
Swinging out with the first one. Finger peg mark just underneath the crown. Swinging into the jack.
Oh, what a good first wood. What an excellent first wood.
That set a problem for Ken here.
It has indeed.
He's going nice. It has a chance.
He's going past.
Just gone behind Marrow's ball.
You're on.
Bernard Marrow just in front.
Going nice again.
Yes, and if he nudges the jack, it'll go his way.
Just gonna fall short.
Yeah, that's right. On that peg, any touch of the jack would tend to take it towards Bernard rather than Ken.
Now Ken's got a real problem here. I honestly don't know.
Do you think he might go for the strike again?
I don't really know what he can do here, really.
On that peg, as I say, he's liable to push it towards Bernard.
He's got the problem of Bernard's ball right in front.
That's right.
And they're coming in finger peg, which is a difficult situation, having to get round the back.
Well, Ken's a great striker, as we know. He rattled a few of Mick Robinson's good uns off yesterday. But he's going for it, and he's going the same peg. It's a brave delivery.
If he's any speed on at all, it won't bend. He'll have to play virtually, try to play a dead length.
No, it's 1-2. Bernard Marrow at 17-15. It's really getting exciting. Is Bernard Marrow going to get into another final, or is Ken Strutt going to do another cliffhanging escape?
He's not going back for his mark. He's looking in other directions here. Now he turns around and decides to go back for his favourite mark.
Yes, and as the sun begins to come out, he goes down to that corner where the ridges tend to keep the ball going just when it seems to have lost its momentum. And it's right on the brow of one of the ridges, that first delivery by Bernard Marrow.
Coming finger pegging. And it looks a good length.
Yes, coming in beautifully. Just over the top, about 2 feet, foot and a half.
Not too bad.
Well, Ken Strutt must feel the pressure now. He trails by 2 at 17-15, and that's a good first wood by Bernard Marrow.
Yes, the length looks good on this one. He's just underneath.
Could be in that one.
That's won it.
Yes, Ken Strutt is in on that one, so Bernard Marrow now under pressure. He's on the land.
Got a bit of speed on this one.
Too much pace on it, perhaps. Yes, so Ken Strutt with a chance for 2. He lies 1, and if he gets 2, he levels at 17 all.
Got to be a perfect length to get another. And it has a chance. It's rolling down the hill.
Yes, good bowling. 2 to Ken Strutt, 17 all.
What a close game this is.
This tournament has certainly produced some thrilling matches, and yesterday Strutt beat Robinson 21-20, and this has all the makings of another last-ditch win.
Going to be as exciting as the game yesterday between Strutt and Mick Robinson, this is. Ken leading out, thumb peg mark, right across the centre, into the top left-hand corner.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Appears to be quite a good length.
Good length on the right land. About 6 inches away. That's a beauty. At 17 all, a very good first wood from Ken Strutt. And how can Bernard Marrow respond to it? Well, he's
Travelling
moving
a bit and underneath.
Yes, he's motoring. So Ken Strutt lies one. Can he couple up now with another full length?
Got plenty of room here to get to. And he's going to do it with this one. Just two real crackers.
Magnificent. Well, Bernard Marrow has a real problem now with those two covering the jack.
Got to be far enough here.
His first one was too long. That one's bending.
Has it a chance? It's got to go past and win.
Oh, superb bowling. Absolutely magnificent. Really superb wood under pressure from Bernard Marrow. And he takes the lead 17-18 and the crowd applaud enthusiastically. The sun's out now. We're all set for another cracking finish.
Ken must be feeling really sick about that one. I'm sure he thought those two were in the bag.
Well, he did it to Mick Robinson on the last end yesterday. So it's sometimes you win. And Bernard Marrow, knowing that he's in sight of home, but Ken Strutt's an awkward man to shake off. That's a really short mark, that is.
It is.
Right
A
on the
little
crown.
bit unusual.
Bernard Marrow, he mustn't lose his length and he's cool now because he's within sight of home, and that's still rolling. It's not a bad one, it's a foot away.
About a 21-yard mark. Thumb peg.
Ken Strutt, who can bowl well under pressure, is certainly up against it now. That's on good land, but bending.
Just falling short.
Bernard Marrow lies one. Great stuff by both bowlers. A real semi-final tussle, this one. Bernard Marrow leading 18-17 and lying one.
Chance for Bernard to go to 20-18 here if he can couple up.
Well, will it roll a little further?
Could possibly have made one.
There goes Ken Strutt to try to salvage this end.
He's a bit to back, I think, is he?
It's
no.
going to
No, it's
turn.
coming
It's
in
going to
between the
turn
gap.
and come in and
That's
take it. Again, brilliant bowling under pressure, and that is 18 all. It's hard to believe that we could have two matches in consecutive days of such closeness and skill, and Ken Strutt's been concerned in both of them.
What a performance this is again from Ken. Absolutely brilliant.
Well, we mustn't discount Bernard Marrow. He's level with him at 18-18, and I wouldn't bet against.
He's wondering here where to take Bernard. Studying a little bit just what spot to put the jack into.
Over there, a packed grandstand of appreciative onlookers who've really loved this exhibition of bowls all 3 days, and they're seeing a splendid first semi-final. Ken Strutt taking it straight across the green and delivering
Straight down the middle.
Whoa, says the crowd. They know it's
He can
travelling.
hit the jack and knock it forward.
He has done.
It would have been about 1.5 yards over if he had have missed that.
But it's ended as a good wood with plenty to aim at from Bernard. He's moving as well. He's motoring as well.
Bending a little bit too. Gone out to the left-hand side.
Now then, can Ken Strutt make it two and stand with the possibility of taking a 20-18 lead?
Plenty of room to get to here.
He certainly pulled that one up. Yes, he lies two at the moment. Bernard Marrow has to win with this one.
Oh, he's put it underneath. Well underneath. I don't think it's any chance.
Oh, poor wood by Bernard Marrow, and it's 20-18 to Ken Strutt. So it's do or die for Bernard Marrow now. Ken Strutt within one of home, and wondering what on earth Bernard Marrow did on that last wood.
I think the pressure must have got to him there, Keith.
Oh, complete miscalculation. Well, now he's going to need all the nerve that Ken Strutt showed yesterday now, Bernard Marrow, because if Ken Strutt wins this end, it's all over. 2018 he leads for a place in the final, and Bernard Marrow has to come from behind to win this one with Ken Strutt's jack.
Ken thinking to himself, now just where can I go to get this last one? Coming into this bottom left-hand corner.
And very short.
Very short mark.
In fact, he's barely over the crown.
It is. It's not gone all that far, this. It's maybe about a 22, 23 yard.
He's bowling well at it.
He's got a cracker.
Oh, that could be the one that puts him in the final, unless Bernard Marrow produces a brilliant wood. He's two to do it.
He's got to get past this. He's certainly given it a chance. He's far enough.
Has it the legs?
Oh, he's short.
Has it
It's
the
going to fall
legs?
short.
Oh, now Bernard Marrow knows he faces defeat. He has one wood to salvage this match. Ken Strutt is having a good look too, because he doesn't want to send up a delivery that will disturb his own lead wood.
There doesn't appear to be too much of a danger here, because Bernard's bowl is right behind Ken's, and even if he hit that, he would knock Ken's nearer the jack.
Ken Strutt lies one, pushing up another, right on it, blocking the land.
Yes, he's played a bobby here.
Now Bernard, it's vital for him. He needs to know what he's got to do to get past that front wood of Ken Strutt's. Ken has put in a very good blocker with his second wood. Now a really dramatic moment. Here you see a bowler who faces certain defeat unless he produces a magnificent bowl.
Well, Ken had to pull a Super Bowl out yesterday. Can Bernard do the same?
He's striking, is he not?
He is. He's striking,
and
he's underneath.
That's it. Ken Strutt 21, Bernard Marrow 18. A magnificent semi-final, closely contested all the way. Ken Strutt moves into the final.
Well, another exciting finish involving Ken Strutt, and in fact I've got the two finalists with me at the moment, Ken and Noel Burrows. Ken, to you first. You're making a habit of leaving it late in this competition.
Yes, well, I set off a little bit slowly again today, and Bernard played very well, and he just slipped up where he should have coupled up a few times, and he didn't do, and I think that was the difference in the game.
I think also another major difference, the crowd right behind you. I think you've become a little folk hero since yesterday.
Yes, well, they tend to shout for the man behind, and I get behind early.
No, a comment about your game against Roy Nicholson. It looked at one stage as if you might be in trouble, but really you ended up comfortably in front.
Well, I did a silly thing at about 6 each. I think I had one ball in and then tried to come for another and just nudged the jack to Roy's back ball. But, you know, I put that behind me and just got on with the game.
You told me before that you actually changed your tactics to play against him this time.
Yes, in my two previous games I'd played in the other corners, and early on in this game I played in those two corners, but Roy was beating me, and I switched to the others, and it proved to work, because I went away from him then to quite a comfortable lead.
Looking forward to the final now, Ken. Have the two of you met in a final before?
I don't think we've met in a final, have we?
We met in a semi-final. Hillcrest 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
And you were winner that time?
Just came out on the right side.
So you're looking for revenge, Noel, are you?
Well, I'd like to, yes, but Ken's a very good player, and you know, you've got to be on top of your form to beat him. Very consistent player.
Right, gentlemen, thanks very much. Enjoy the final, and best of luck to both of you. Well, in fact, the final does start in a couple of moments. You'll be able to see highlights of that on Granada at 11:45 tonight. Noel Burrows, who undoubtedly starts as favourite, but who bet against Ken Strutt the way he's been playing this week? Don't forget, you can see it at 11:45 tonight. Join us then. From all of us now, good afternoon. Good evening from Ellesmere Port and welcome to the final of the Bath Masters Classic, the richest singles event in the history of Crown Green Bowls. The winner, well, he'll pick up a cheque for a cool £2,750. Anyway, at this stage, let's meet the two finalists. Noel Burrows from Manchester is now favourite to win the championship. He's a former Waterloo winner who qualified for the Bath Masters by winning the Fred Doan event. In the first round, he put paid to the Welsh Challenge and Ivor Jones, and his experience proved too much for Colin Price in the quarter-finals, and winning through to the final, beating Roy Nicholson in the semis. At 44, Ken Strutt is one of the most experienced players around. He comes from Oldham and qualified for the Masters by winning the Stafford Olympia event. His first round victory was against David Walker, then came that extraordinary match against Mick Robinson, and in the semi-finals he overcame Bernard Marrow. So two players with an interesting contrast in styles. Well, it really is a beautiful day here, conditions absolutely perfect. Let's join the final at the start. Brian Brett joins Keith Macklin in the commentary box.
And in this final, it's Ken Strutt who bowls the jack. A match between contrasting styles. Ken Strutt, the man with a cool, tactical head. Noel Burrows tends to get on with it, cool, flamboyant. What a great start. Noel Burrows putting up his first wood, wanting it to move down the dip and ease in, and probably just in, Brian Brett.
Yes, I think it's just shaded it.
Looks
The
nearest
referee's
to me,
given
that.
it to Burrows.
That looks nearest to me.
Referee Eric Rhodes there indicating that in fact Noel Burrows would, the second one to come up, is just in.
That looks well short unless it goes down the hill from Ken Strutt. Yes, he's very short, and Noel Burrows is coming up to make absolutely sure. I think he knows that his wood is in.
Yes, it's the lie of the woods, isn't it? They're pretty well in a line. He doesn't want to do any damage. It's unusual for Noel to come and have a look at the first turn because he has tended to hustle his opponent so far in this competition.
Certainly moved very quickly in his semi-final with Roy Nicholson. Never took off the pressure. Well, he's going in for a possible two. Down the hill it rolls.
Yes, easy two, surely.
Well, they're having a look, but I would imagine it's
Thanks,
two.
please.
Well, the tapes have been called for, but Noel Burrows must have thought he was in for two.
Deceptive. Just tightening the measure up now.
Okay.
Eric's happy.
It's two, Ken.
It is two. Noel Burrows moves into a 2-0 lead, but of course this won't worry Ken Strutt.
No, he tends to be behind in the early stages. I really don't know why. A little slow getting into his stride.
There's Noel Burrows with a full-length wood, right on the jack, found his form immediately.
And he's covering the jack as well, so Ken has problems on this mark.
It's travelling. Takes the jack.
Has it won? I think it's gone out.
Again, it's deceptive, but Noel Burrows won't be taking any chances. He'll try to make this one a winner.
It's got some pace about it, Keith.
Yes. Well, which of those three is it?
Well, Noel doesn't seem to know, and certainly the referee doesn't, so it's up to Ken. He's not having a look, he's on the way.
Ken Strutt hoping that this will put an end to all argument.
He needs to hit something.
Well, now the arguments begin afresh. It looks as if two more to Noel Burrows.
Yes, he's on double time. He had 5 in his semi-final, and he's already got 2.
Galloping start by Noel Burrows with 2 at the first 2 ends.
Yes, Ken's got to slow him down somehow. Beautiful style, Burrows, classical style.
Really loves to get on with it. He just ran away from Roy Nicholson in the semi-final with some superb bowling and using the ridges perfectly there to roll down a foot away.
Great length wood.
Down in that corner we've got these 3 ridges, and as the wood breaks them, it rolls on to the next, then over again and down.
And will run on
too long.
As it won.
Eric Rhodes.
It looks as though it's gone out to me.
Well, there's the word of the man in the middle.
Well, he's closer to the action than any of us.
No, will that run on over the crest of the hill? He may not have given enough.
He's got to do a lot of pegging as well as running.
Decided not to bother. Stays on the top. Ken Strutt's second. He trails 4-0.
He's nice to run the block now. He's got the wood at the back.
It'll go over the top and carry on down.
Oh,
that's
no.
2.
Is it?
Yes, it is. 2 for Ken Strutt.
And now the tactical battle begins. Where will Ken go?
Ken Strutt coming back from 4-0, but he's come back from 1-7 and 3-7 in previous matches. He's a slow starter, doesn't mind coming from behind.
Yes, he's halving the green already.
Very popular competitor with the crowd here at the Woodlands Hotel over these 3 days. He's got a lot of them behind him, but of course Noel has his fans too. Very well contested final. That's rolling down the hill, still rolling. It'll finish up about a foot away.
Good wood now. A lot of courage about Ken. He never gives up.
Well, that's not a bad one from Noel if he'll keep going.
He could win it down that ridge. He'll not get up the next one though.
Yes, it's Ken Strutt who's in at the moment on this. Going round the
Got a lot of pace.
That's a nice one. It'll travel though. Yes. Ken lies 2 at the moment. Has that the legs to creep in? Has it the legs to creep in?
In the back.
No, it's pushed Ken Strutt in. That's another 2 to Ken.
Yes, it looks like 2.
Yep, 3-2.
For all, and these bowlers going up in couples, Brian. That's the way to do it.
That's the way. And Ken just taking his time, quite rightly. Slow him down, Ken.
Ken Strutt levelling at 4 all from 4-0. Oh, that's lovely land, superb land.
Up and down the ridges and rolls beautiful.
6 inches or so in it.
Noel seems to be bending nicely. He's more pace. Just shading around the back.
So Ken Strutt leads on this end. A very good first wood. He's put more pace on that one.
He doesn't want to do any damage.
Oh, he's smashed himself in. No harm at all. Well, Noel's going to have difficulty dislodging this.
Yeah, shakes his head, wonders what to do next. He's deep in thought now.
Ken Strutt has the back wood. Oh, he's on beautiful land, Noel Burrows. He's on superb land.
Not quite.
Magnificent bowling. It's one to Strutt, but what a superb last wood by Burrows.
Already has the makings of a classic final.
Well, Ken Strutt seems to like the cliffhangers. Noel Burrows has galloped away with his games. They've been very tight involving Ken Strutt.
That's right, but Ken, of course, holds a recent win over Noel. He beat him in the semi-final at Hillcrest, which was also a qualifier for this competition, but Ken didn't need it. He was also through as the winner of the Staffordshire Olympia last season.
And that's an excellent first wood. Superb length and accuracy.
Well, yes, but the jack has rolled on and on, probably a couple of feet, which leaves it open for Noel.
Again, bowling at these ridges, allowing on the ball to trickle on as this one is doing.
A little bit cruel when you run the jack on like that and find your opponent's just got the room to get in.
Certainly the rub of the green. Now Ken Strutt thinking hard. Noel Burrows is only about 5 inches away and has the backwood.
He's having a go.
Oh, he's having a strike. He's striking at it early on. Oh, he's missed. So leaving Noel Burrows with the chance to get 2 in. Going past and over the ridge. Just the one. 5-all.
Yes, and Noel has no doubt where he's going this time. He's going to push him a bit further. Away into the rough country there.
Yes, Noel Burrows likes this long corner-to-corner mark, where the wood, if it breaks the crest, tends to run down.
It's got a bit of running to do yet, and some pegging.
It's a good length delivery, about 2 feet away. Ken Strutt's first. Travelling a bit. Really motoring. And nudges Noel Burrows a little further. There's a bit of pace on that one too.
He has. He's down that ridge, up the next one. If he's through, he's away.
Oh, Ken Strutt, it's 5-all. Has this wood to take a lead. Noel Burrows lies one at the moment. Ken's just held that one back just a little. Could be a nice one. Well, Eric Rhodes is looking at them.
He's just waiting for Strutt, I think.
Thanks, please.
The tape measures are out.
Okay. Yes, no doubt.
That's 1 to Noel Burrows. 6-5 as the blue marker goes up.
6-5, he's on the way quickly again. This quick fire action of Burrows.
Again to these famous Three Ridge country.
Yes, didn't it test them in the first couple of days, but they're getting the hang of it now, these professional players.
Well, has he given that enough legs? Even with 3 ridges to surmount, it won't get anywhere near there.
Just missed the last one.
So Ken Strutt, seeing that, runs it a little quicker, and the danger here that the ridges could carry it. Check it out.
Just wins, but it may not matter.
No, Burrows now. He was short on his last one. Doesn't want to send this up too far, otherwise it will roll out of contention.
It's got a lot of running to do.
It's going to roll now. And
amazing.
Always the threat. It just keeps on rolling, rather like old Father Thames.
Well, it gives Ken 4 foot to get in, really.
Ken Strutt, has he put too much on that one, as the referee appears to think so? No, this looks a better one. This looks a better one. Good wood from Ken Strutt, and he levels at 6-all.
Level again for the 3rd time.
Spikes, please.
Oh, they're having a measure. No, Burrows isn't having it.
Measuring for the 2nd.
Yes, here come the heavy mob. They're always at the furthest point of the green, funnily enough, when a measure's needed. No doubt about it that Ken Strutt got the first one in. He's asking for the 2nd. A lot of serious faces.
Right.
Looks like 2. Yes, 2 to Strutt.
Yep, 2 it is. He goes into a 7-6 lead.
Oh, Ken's having none of this corner business. He's straightened it.
Ken Strutt now leads 7-2. That's a nice lead, Ward. Turning in with the bias. Turning in with the thumb.
A wood that has to be moved if Noel's going to win this end. Looks short,
Narrow.
it's fading.
Ken Strutt sending in the 2nd. And motoring a little.
Needs to be this side.
Good backwood. He lies 2 at the moment. And has a backwood as well in case Burrows should disturb the first wood in the jack. He's striking, he's crashing. There goes the bomb. And he's taken 1 out. So just 1 for Ken Strutt to score. Ken Strutt 8. Noel Burrows 6 as we take a short break. Score Ken Strutt 8, Noel Burrows 6 in this final of the Bassmasters Crown Green Classic.
Okay.
Ken Strutt having a good think.
Yes, he's looking for new land this time, isn't it?
And a very short one. Very short.
He's trying to stop Burrows getting onto his own territory. Ooh, what a teasing mark. Anything through there, it's got a lot of running to do.
Ken Ken Strutt's first. Coming in down the hill slowly. 2.5 feet wide. Noel Burrows taking a narrower line.
It's holding up as well.
That's a good one.
It's going to run
It'll
though.
roll. This is the danger, but he's in at the moment with an inch or two to spare is Noel Burrows.
Ken can't afford to be too strong, but he looks terribly short.
Yes, he's not going to make it, is he?
No, bad end for him.
Noel Burrows has one. Can Noel make this one count? He's short as well. So just the one to Noel Burrows pulls him back to 8-7. Ken Strutt leads 8-7.
Yes, and kicking himself for not coupling up there. At least it gives him the block again and able to pick his land. Yes, he's trying to corner Ken.
Yes, into one of those dangerous corners where anything too long and too full is liable to go off, although not many have gone in these last few matches of very good control bowling.
That looks a beauty.
Superb true length.
Well,
that's not a bad one either. If it'll pull round.
It's short.
He was on good land.
He's in the way, that's the trouble though.
That's right. What... Has Noel had to change his peg?
No, I think he's just missed the land.
If he had it done, he might have bowled a good one.
Yes. He had good land for the other peg. Yeah. Just one against Strutt.
Well, certainly Ken Strutt's own wood is in the way of the land they were on earlier, and Noel Burrows is in.
Long way to knock his wood up as well, but he's given it a bit of pace.
Well, that's just the danger that was there, a calculated risk.
Has he knocked it in?
No, Noel Burrows, 8-all. Yet another tight game at 8-all.
Well, it gives him a chance for one of the longest marks we've seen in this competition, right from the far corner, diagonally over the crown, down the ridge, and then it falls quickly, dramatically. It'll keep running.
Coming downhill now. And that's not going to be too far away, a couple of feet.
Gives Ken a fair guide. Just give him that a bit more pace.
The danger, of course, with too much pace is he'll just keep on travelling. But
yes, but
that's a good one.
He's just going to get a rub off.
Yes. Oh. Ken Strutt is in at the moment. No doubt about it.
Strutt!
So Burrows coming round again.
Is it going to peg at the back end?
It's got the pace, it's got the pace.
Another rub.
Yes. With a little help from his opponent, it's Noel Burrows lies one. Ken Strutt now, and what good length bowling from both these bowlers. Now, can he get through the eye of an eagle?
He's through. He's not. No.
Another nudge, and he's nudged Noel Burrows in.
Oh dear.
That's fine, accurate, good length bowling from both players. And Noel Burrows moves into a 9-8 lead.
Noel's just getting hold of this game again now. He's just quickening the tempo.
a superb length delivery. That's really motoring.
Round the back. Just stays on. It's dangerous there.
Noel Burrows. Second. Just on the mark.
Superb.
Rise 2, giving Ken Strutt a big challenge.
Well, we've seen these challenges before with Ken. Can he respond to this one? He's got some pegging to do now. No, he's not.
He's going to nick.
No,
not quite. Too long again. 2-2, Noel Burrows. Now will Noel go for another long corner-to-corner one, Brian?
Oh, I think he's got two. What's that? 4 winning ends, 4 consecutive winning ends on the corners. He's got to plug away at this now. Do all his useful work in mid-game here. He's got to shake Ken off.
And as we've seen in the semi-final against Marrow and in the quarter-final against Robinson, Strutt isn't easily shaken off. But Noel Burrows is putting up some beautiful length wood, so consistent, and there's another one. It'll roll to win it about a foot.
Yes, he's going the other peg this end. He has been going into that one the other way. What's Ken done here? Has he come the other way in?
Well, he'll have to have gone finger if that's going to come in.
Doing nothing. No.
And that's faster. That's really moving.
Yes, he's round the back. He needs to hit something just to get a nice length. Running on.
But it's Noel Burrows who still lies one.
Well, he can open up 4 points
there
here.
again?
They're not happy with this one.
Well, 2 bad woods by Ken.
Thumb peg, bending
Yes,
away.
he went the wrong peg with that land.
No, that was it should have been a thumb peg. Yeah, he went finger.
Two to Noel Burrows. 13-8. Corner to corner again by Noel Burrows, and well, is this going to be another Burrows runaway? He sort of gets his opponents round the neck like a bull terrier.
He doubles up. He doesn't miss the chances. That's 4 doubles in this game.
Again, 2 feet, 18 inches, 2 feet.
Under pressure all the time now, Strutt. Perhaps that's the conditions he likes.
Well, he's a superb pressure bowler, as we've seen, and that won't be too far away.
Needs to run. He's given up.
That's just give up.
Eric Rhodes confirming Brian Brett's diagnosis. Noel Burrows putting in his second. Oh, it's a good one.
Yes, Noel likes that. Well, another 2 here is big danger, big trouble.
Ken Strutt's second. It's got the length.
Better line, needs a rub off something.
It's going to hit Noel, I think. Oh, yes, just pushed him in and saved one anyway. Well, it's 14-8. Noel Burrows, who slaughtered
He might do before. He might do before
his previous
the end.
opponents with runaways like this.
Yes, he's going for the kill now. Well, if that's got any running left, it's a very good line.
I think it's got a bit left.
What a good wood.
As much as it needed. A foot, foot and a half.
Slap bang on the road. Asking a lot now, Strutt.
Pressure all on him. That needs to run on too. That needs to keep running. It won't make it.
He's lost his length over the last few ends. Not really got very close to anything.
That could be short too, but it's still rolling. Well, can Ken Strutt get in? Noel Burrows is about 15 inches away from the jack.
Only one. He's 2'6" at the in front, and your nearest wood is 2.5 yards off.
Who'd argue with Eric Rhodes? Well, Ken's thinking about it. He's got a long way to come round, Brian.
He has. I thought he might have come ahead a look.
Oh, he's having a strike.
But
He's
it's
having
long
he's
way.
way off.
Yes, he's not going to come back much.
His strikes have even lost their length. So, as Noel Burrows goes into a 15-8 lead, it's time for us to take another break, but let's remember that in his 2 previous matches, Ken Strutt has come from a long way behind, and this match isn't over yet. Jack and leading 15-8, and he doesn't normally relinquish his grip in a situation like this. Now, can Ken Strutt, as great an escaper as Pearl White and Houdini, get out of this one?
Well, he's shifted the land a shade cleverly and leading well.
You see, this must be the heartbreaking thing for Noel Burrows' opponents. He's so consistently accurate.
He is, and once he gets away from anybody, he doesn't let up. We've seen that all the way through this competition.
Well, that could be useful one if it doesn't bend away at the end.
He's going to peg, surely. He was a little too straight.
Yes. Well, Ken Strutt has got to get a grip on his length.
Noel is a little wider with this one. He missed the land. He might be doing it deliberately to confuse Ken.
Well, Ken produce his first really good length wood for some time now. The sort of woods he produced against Mick Robinson in that classic game.
It's better land.
Will it roll in?
Is it going to run?
Will it roll in?
It needs to peg. It
It's
didn't.
bending away. Another one to Noel Burrows, who leads 16-8, and now Ken Strutt's supporters in the crowd beginning to get behind him. They want him to get out of this, but Noel Burrows is keeping him going corner to corner.
And he's pounding them in, isn't he, one after the other. Just not letting Ken get into this game. He just needs a finger grip on the game now.
Bowling with remorseless accuracy.
Down the hill, over the ridge. Will it peg at the back end? Yes, look at it.
Beautifully coming in on the finger peg.
So that's the pressure that Strutt faces virtually every end now.
Well, Ken Strutt, even he must be wondering if he can escape from this, but has this got sufficient length?
He needs
Will it
a
bend?
little bit.
Come on, a little more, just a little more.
A Wonderwood. Wonderwood.
Magnificent and needed.
Touching.
Well, you can't get closer than that.
Oh, Noel's having a good look. Good look at that. Will I smack it off?
Yes.
He's got to be far enough.
Is he going to strike at this and ruin all Ken Strutt's good work? Ken's saying, I wouldn't strike if I
No,
were
I
you.
should play up to it. No.
Just play at it. No. Well, he's doing the gentlemanly thing.
He's coming the other way.
Coming the other peg. And the Bice will take it away.
Ooh, almost hit his own.
So can
yes.
keep out of trouble? Is he going to keep out of trouble and try to make it 2?
He's looking for 2.
Well, it's a brave gesture. He doesn't want to disturb anything with Burrows having the backboard.
Dear me, yes. He's on the line as well. Can he sneak past Wood? Can he sneak past?
Go on, in again.
What a
Great
Wood!
bowling!
Oh.
Great bowling! Wonderful bowling by Ken Strutt. Superb coupling.
The comeback kid strikes again, and he's straightening it. He's not going for the corners.
Oh, this is a teasing one, because with that hill and with the bias, the woods fade away and go downhill at the end. Anything narrow will go right downhill.
Could have done with another 6 inches, couldn't it? Yes. This is top side. Will it drop now?
Yes. So Noel Burrows ready to strike back immediately.
Ken may be too low. Is it holding up? It's holding up.
But it's moving. Will it take the jack with it? Oh, fine bowling. Fine bowling.
And makes it very difficult for Noel. Round the first 2 on the top side.
Well, there's a gap between the first 2. He's got to get between.
He's just going to try
Got to slip
and
round the
edge
top.
round.
Come in left. Just 1 to Ken Strutt. 11-16. Well, can the great escapologist do it?
He's keeping well away from danger.
Another short end along the edge. He knows that Noel Burrows is the master at the long corner to corners. And he needs a really good lead wood every time. Has that got the pace as it comes down the hill? It's looking goodish. A foot.
Room to get in.
Noel Burrows short, just lost his length on that one.
Yes. Can Ken knock him out of his stride? This is what he's looking for, just breathing space now.
That's coming in nicely. That's coming in nicely. So the pressure on Noel Burrows now. He leads 16-11, but Ken Strutt is in a mood to come right back at him. But what's this going to do? It's got good land, it's bending, but it could be short. Another 2 for Ken Strutt, and he pulls back to 13-16. And the crowd are loving this. Ken Strutt has pulled back from 8-16 to 13-16. Bowles Houdini does it again.
Similar mark, and who can blame him?
Says Ken, keep going, may not go far enough.
No, but it's a desperate gamble. Nobody really goes here unless they're in trouble, surely. It's the trickiest corner on the green.
That's similar land with better length. That's in. Now Noel Burrows lies 1. Ken Strutt in difficulties.
Trying to play him out stronger.
Will it keep straight and hit him?
It's gone through.
Straight through. So Noel Burrows now with a chance of 2.
He's looking for 2.
Oh, Lionstone.
Oh, he's got 2. Good bowling. Takes Noel Burrows up again to a 5 chalk lead at 18-13. So once again, Ken Strutt is in trouble, facing defeat.
And And Noel just picking his land, although I'm sure he's going to go straight across the crown. Down this fast-running corner. Yes, he's away.
Well, as difficult a mark as you could wish. Corner to corner and over the 3 ridges. Will it hold up? Rolls out a little, about a couple of feet to a yard. Gives Ken Strutt just a glimmering of room and hope.
Well, he can sight the jack, which gives him the chance.
Now that needs to run on. It needs to breast those ridges and run on. Another one, keep rolling, and it's in. Crowd as ever with the underdog, appreciating the brilliant bowling of Burrows, but getting behind Ken Strutt. And look at this, he's going to go, keep on rolling, and oh yes, nudges Ken Strutt out of the way and himself in. So Ken Strutt in desperate trouble.
Well, he's just one against him. He doesn't want any more danger down there.
Has to be a full-length delivery. Oh dear me, will it breast the rises over the first ones? He tries to stamp it in, crawling ever onwards.
He's going to win it.
Just fading. 1 to Noel Burrows at 19-13. Noel Burrows just one end away from home.
Bit of a push coming back this way. We're going up the crown, onto the plateau, and then down and beyond the jack. There's all sorts of danger.
And yet another good length wood from Noel Burrows. 2.5 feet to a yard, so again the possibility for Ken Strutt to get in there. Doesn't look a bad one if it'll bend.
Needs to peg now. It's round the back.
So Noel Burrows has one of the 2 he needs. Trying to stamp it in. Well, both those Burrows woods are beatable. A good wood from Ken Strutt could win this.
It's still a fair test of nerve, isn't it?
He's got to bend and it's got to come in. Has he gone too high again? It's coming in. He's done it. 14-19. Ken Strutt stays alive for a little while longer.
You just can't write him off.
Back into this corner again. Jack bending away.
Giving it a lot of land, expecting a lot to happen, and it's happening.
And it's bending now, but not sharply enough. But it'll do. It's about a yard away and a backwood. Noel Burrows following with his first. That looks better land. Has trickled in. Ken Strutt probably come a little narrower this time.
It's a vital wood, isn't it?
He needs to pull up, and he's taken the jack.
But has he run through? He's
rolled
run out.
Yes, Noel Burrows is still in, which means that if Noel Burrows puts this one in, he has won. He is on 20. This could be the wood
looking good.
Wins the final for Noel Burrows. Ken Strutt can hardly bear to look. Has it got the legs? Has it got the legs? Can it roll? No. My word, no. His little gesture at the end indicated it. 14-20. Well, Ken Strutt escaped from the hangman then. Might not do it at this end.
Just a stay of execution, isn't it?
Again, this long corner-to-corner mark, which Noel Burrows plays so brilliantly and which stretches Ken Strutt to the limit. And look at that for land and length. May roll on. Couple of feet. Ken Strutt must win this end or the match is over. Will it pull up? It's on good land, but will it pull up? No. Ken Strutt has just one more chance. Now is this the coup de grace from Noel Burrows?
Needs to
Perfect
be a
land. Well, Ken Strutt has it to do again.
It's a centre, isn't it? He's put one up right in front. And I don't think his land's right.
Can he do it? No, he's just fading away. Well, there's a moment of tension, and we think Ken Strutt might just have done it.
He thinks he's pinched it.
Thanks, please.
Oh, the tapes. Well, can we bear this tension? Everybody around the green sharing this. If Noel Burrows is in, this final is over. If Ken Strutt is in, he lives to bowl again at 15-20.
These two. Release it, Ron. Okay. Well, tighten up on that, we'll show the gap on there. Okay. Right.
He's won it. Noel Burrows has won by a matter of centimetres. The winner of the Bassmasters Crown Green Classic at that tense last end, Noel Burrows beating Ken Strutt 21-14. And now the presentation, which will be made by Peter Hadfield, the chairman and managing director of Bass Northwest.
Yes, it's been most enjoyable from our point of view, Granada's first venture into Crown Green Bowls, and let's hope the Bass Masters now becomes an annual event. Well, we leave you tonight with the moment when the new champion, Noel Burrows, finally realised he got the measure of his stubborn opponent, Ken Strutt. From all of us here, a very good evening to you.